Hi friends, this is Niteshkumar Biradar. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will discuss about the HTML table. Now, table is a combination of the columns and rows. Okay. One of the traditional approach of the data management is to representing the data in the form of tables. Here, the data is usually organized in terms of rows and columns. So, HTML has developed numerous tags in this regard. So, to create the table in the HTML language, we use the table tag to create the table in the HTML document. Now here we have the basic table tags. The most basic table tag is the table tag itself. The opening table tag dash closing table tag. So in between opening and closing table tag, we have to write the number of rows, how many rows we want in the table, and similarly the number of columns which required in our table. The table tag is used to create the table in the HTML document. The basic unit of the table is the cell, okay, and that cell we can create with the help of TD tag. Okay. Now table tags are used to represent the tabular format or tabulated information, which is called as table. The table tag has the following attributes. Say we use the align attribute, and this attribute is used to place the content in the table either in the left side or the center of the cell or the right side of the cell, or we can make the justification also. Okay. Here the align is nothing but it is a horizontal alignment, not vertical alignment. For vertical alignment we use V align. For horizontal alignment we use just align. Okay. So we have both types of alignments, horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. Okay. For horizontal alignment we have left, center, right and justify are the values for the align attribute. Similarly, top, middle, bottom and baseline. So these are the values for the V align, vertical alignments. Apart from the align and V align, we have other attributes also which associated with the table tags are border. So when you create the table, you want the border to be applied to that table or not. If you don't want the border, okay, so you can have the 0 value. Okay. Otherwise, you can specify 1, 2, 3 and so on, which will set the width for your border. Similarly, the cell padding is used to put the space between the border of the table cell and the text that is placed in the cell. Okay. It means when you have a particular cell, in that cell, how much gap or a space you want between the cell line and your content, that you need to specify in the cell padding. Whereas the cell spacing is used to put the space in between the cells. Okay, the amount of space or the gap you want to put in between the two cells. The background is used to set the background for your table, not for the entire web page, because for entire web page we use background attribute in the body tag. Whereas this background is used in the table, then we can apply the background for the table. Okay, so we may have the images, we may have other graphics as a background to the table. Okay, so it usually carries the URL path. URL path means where exactly this image or graphic is located in our host. We need to specify that path. So then only we can change the background as that image or the graphic. Coming to the next one, now you can see BG color. It is a background color. It is a background. The difference between background and BG color is usually the BG color sets the color like red, green, gray, blue, yellow kind of color we can set to a particular table with the help of BG color, but we can't put a image with the help of BG color. If you want to apply the image to the table, then you need to have the background. Okay. Border color. So already we have specified border here. Okay. Now I want that black border color to be changed to blue or green. Then I need to have border color attribute, and then I need to specify which color border I want for my table. So therefore, the border color specifies the border color for the given table. Similarly, I can use the width attribute, and with the help of width, I can set the area of the screen that the table should span. Okay, so by using the width, I can specify how much space, okay, how much space the table should occupy in my web page. The value of the width attribute can be percentage or even pixel. So even if I know the screen resolution, so I can use it the pixel, and I can set the pixel as width. Otherwise, I can go for the percentage, because the entire width is 100%. You may specify in a percentage order so that you will be easily manage your table in the web page. The next is the height. As width is used to specify the width area of the screen, similarly you can specify the height of the table also, that the area of the screen that table should span. Okay, so in height, for increasing the height of the table or reducing the height of the table, you can have the height attribute to set the height of your table. Next is the calls, C-O-L-S, calls, which specifies the number of columns in a given table. How many columns you have given in the table, which specifies calls. Okay. Coming to the next tag of the table is the TR tag. So TR stands for table row. Okay, it corresponds to a single row of a given table. The data supplied within these tags are usually displayed in a particular row of the table. So these tags may have TH, table heading, and table data tags within them. So within the TR tag, we can use either TH, okay, TH for the table heading. The first row always is the table heading. So table heading, we need to have TH tag, and for storing the records, we can use TD tags. So there are few attributes, say align. The work remains same as seen in the previous slides. The align attribute sets the alignment of the text given row of a table. Okay, the possible value left, center, right. Okay, BG color sets the background. Border color will change only the particular row border color, not the entire table. If I use this border color in table tag, okay, I can change the entire table border color. Whereas if I use the border color in particular TR, that particular row border will change. Okay, so be aligned. That is the vertical alignment which is used to place the data corresponding to a given row, either in top, bottom or middle. The next is the TH. So it is used to specify the heading for the table. Okay. So we always use the table heading like serial number, name of the student, class, okay, subjects, percentile. So these are the some of the headings of the particular table. So those headings can be mentioned with the help of TH tag. So opening TH and closing TH tags are used to designate a cell to be a header cell and are to be used within the TR. So within the TR itself we have to use the TH tags. Okay. The major difference between TH and TT tag is that TH makes the data bold and places it at the center of the table's block. Okay. So automatically it makes bold and center of the cell your particular headings will be placed. And if you use TD, according to the attributes which you specify for TD or a particular row, it changes its position and the data will not be displaying bold. Okay. Again, the attributes which associated with the TH are align, that is horizontal align, V-align, vertical alignment. You can specify the background color for a particular TH. TH means particular cell of your heading and border color, and also you can specify the width of a table headers. Okay. Now next is the TD tag. As I said that it stands for table data. So we always refer TD for storing the records of a student, record of the employee, records of the sales. Okay. Again, the attributes associated with the TD are alignment. Okay, horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, call span. So call span, row span. Now you can understand why we are using call span and row span. So far we have not studied. Rest of the attributes remain same, but these two are extra here because call span is used to set the width of the cell in terms of number of columns. Okay, you want to merge the number of columns, you need to have the call span. So then only you can merge the number of columns. Used when a cell occupies more than one column. Okay, more than one column. For example, amount. If I write amount, just below the amount we have two columns. Okay, rupees and paisa. So above that we write amount. So we need to merge the two cells and make it as a one cell, and we have to write amount. So in such situations we can use this call span. Similarly, row span, the height of the cell in terms of number of rows. User, when a cell occupies more than one row. So when user wants the row to be spanned, so then we can use the row span. So this is an example of the table where we have used TH tags. So opening table tag, closing table tag. So within this table tag we need to have the number of rows. So here TH employee ID, TH employee name, TH salary. Next TR, so TD table data. So we have mentioned employee ID, employee name Rahul and his salary 10,500 and end of the first row. So we are closing TR and just we are opening one more TR, and we have TD 1002 is the employee ID, and employee name is Vinayak, and 9500 is the salary of the second employee, and we are closing the second employee record here with the closing TR tag. So thereafter we are closing the table tag, end of the body and end of the HTML document. If I save this file with .html name, and if I open in a browser, so I will find this output. Okay, so you can see employee ID, employee name and salary. So these three names we were used in the th tag. So automatically it will be placed at the center and the fonts becoming bold. But whereas in the td tags, the text becoming left aligned, because we have not set any alignment. So hence the by default will be left. Okay, and it doesn't have any bold style for the records. So this is how you can see the output of the program. So thank you very much for watching. If you like my class, kindly like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you.